ChessCoachAndras is in the house, and I shall welcome you. Whoa, Smurfette! What on earth is going on here? Didn't you say that you were taking a sabbatical from Twitch and all kinds of chess media and all that jazz, or that's up and now you are back amongst the living? What's happening? ChessDZDE, hello, hello. What are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen, is the big question. What are we doing? Hello, Malcolm. All right, let's kick off with some dailies. What happened with the what? Wait, what? Oh, it's the wrong camera. That's hilarious. Wait, is it the wrong camera? Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I think I've got the wrong camera up. What the hell is going on here? No, I have the right camera. It's just not added. What? That's hilarious. Why is this whole thing out of whack? Like the puzzle rush cut is not. Why is this out of whack? This is weird. What? I'm surprised. Just DZ, that was a few too many commands in one go, right? Okay, let's see. Have we solved this yet? Apparently, then why do I not get a tick for it? Hello, what? What? Oh, we are on a streak. Never mind. Okay, we need to go back in time a lot. Okay. Isn't this a famous Halifman game? Rings a bell. Queen f7 for sure, yeah? And then Matutsky. Yeah, I'll take that. This looks like this is something. Oh, it's rook h8 mate in the end. I'm calling the whole sequence so. Woo! Hot. Hot, ladies. This is gonna be the horsey distance. Why am I so good at this? Is the question that we need to ask. Also, why do I suck so badly at setting up the scene? Like, it's still completely off on the left. Is this gonna be the check story? And then, oh, I'm calling this knight b6 mate. Watch me go. Knight b6 mate. Watch me, eh? Watch me, nene. Jazz! Hello! That's the checkmate for you. Jazz, what happened, buddy? You closed your account. Why did you do that? Did you go on a tilt and you decided that that's it? What happened, mate? I was so sad. No, dude, you can't do that. You cannot legally enter a phase of tilt. I disallow that. Pascaz, welcome in. Welcome in. Is it check? I don't know what this is. Check, king here. Oh, we're trapping the rook? Hello? Take, king f7, rook g5, king f6, king here, rook check. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, I missed that move, not gonna lie. c4. And the rook is trapped. Yep, 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 yep. So good, so hot. Wite to move here. Wite. Is it gonna be rook g8? I hope, Jazz, that you realized the folly of your actions and you made a new account already. I really hope you did. Okay, my gut is telling me to just go for it. So I will. Classic. Absolute classic. Okay. Absolute cinema. What? Wait. How is that not a win? Oh, because of king d5. And I cannot smoke the bishop. Oh, man. FFF. Also, it's Zugi. Is it here, here, and then take, and then it's Zugzwangerino? Oh my god, that's a genius. Oh, okay. But what now? This is actually more challenging than I wanted it to be. Can we be in both pieces somehow? Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can, and check. Oh. I think that Jazz, both Lichess and ChessCom now followed that trend in order to, you know, sus accounts to be eliminated early on. I think that's normal. Check here, and then what? And then check and take. I feel very sharp today tactically. I think this bodes well for today's stream. Foreshadowing. Is it just here and take? Or is it just here? No, it's here. What do we do? Bishop f3 would be an amazing move here. Oh, Bishop f3! That it? Please, please be it the right move. Because if queen takes, then we have check. And if other than that... Ah, damn it! I so wanted that to be the move. The move. Oh, it's check in it. Wait, is it check? But then what if... Because check takes knight d2 wins the queen. But check king e2, knight 3, king here is unclear. Man, what is going on here? It's gonna be g5. Hey, Tana, how are you? Yeah, that's lame, man. I so wanted bishop f3 to work. I wonder what's wrong with it. Ah, just bishop takes. Ah, damn it. That sucked. That sucked. Okay, that's a very famous mate. Next. Bishop d4 would be epic if it worked. I think it does. Whew! Coach is on fire. Coach is on fire. This is a famous one. Here, here. e6 here, f6 here, up, yeah. Let me just get this right. Which one we push first? This one. Oh, classic. Is it g4? Yeah. Really? Oh my god, that's amazing. What? How cool was that? Happy Eid indeed. Happy Eid indeed. Alright, my gut is to send this guy. Oh wait, our horse is swinging. That's not good. Oh no, this is going up. Wait, what? What are we, black or white? We're black. Wait, these pawns are going up. So any knight check is mate. Okay, sorry, I needed to get my bearing. So we want to go to e7 because then we prevent this mate too. So it tells me that knight c8 is the move, yeah? Okay, that was kindergarten. Once I figured out who was going which way, f4 wins the piece. Oh, I forgot that a6 was hanging, damn it. I wasn't looking that side. Tuck d2, rook here, king f1, knight c2 wins. Yep. What? Is it rook here? Can't be. The hell is going on here? Oh, man. Okay, I sucked this puzzle so hard, it's not funny. I had an idea and I was not gonna let go of that idea. And that was stupid. Check, king takes. Oh, it's just check, check. And mate. Was the knight just short game? Because the hint is that the long and short of it. Photo finish. Take here. 92. Queen, we win. Oh, that's not fair. Okay, now we have a check here and here. But both of those are out of reach. Can we go knight g3, king takes, bishop check, king takes, king e, g3, king key, b4, d5, b6, d4, b. Yeah, we can. Hello, Viral. How are you going, buddy? Check here. No good. And yourself? Oh, we need to come here. This is going to be neat. And then knight here, and then draw mate here and here. That's very nifty. That was very nifty. Flying, welcome in, brother. Welcome. This looks like a check, except that bishop takes is a bit of a bum. What if I just go in? Okay. I tried all the legal moves. Classic. That was brilliant. Hello, M. Fluke. Oh, Bad Optics, I'm glad that you're liking the course, man. That's so good to hear. So good to hear. What the hell is going on here exactly? Sveshik, of course, in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Bishop h4, Malcolm says. Maybe. And then check is hard to stop. If rook d1, we can take. Yep. Good job, Malcolm. Well done. I'm proud of you, buddy. All right. Let's do one more week, full week, and then I'm going to call it, and then we will move on to something else. Jazz, you should play e6 against... well, it depends. It depends on what kind of game do you want out of the Rosodemo. If you want sharp stuff, you should play e6. If you want dull, but very difficult to lose, then you should play g6. Isn't it g5 takes h4 and be happy? And then trade and then queen? No, apparently not. Okay, apparently this did the damage. That's my recommendation, but take it or leave it, brother. Tuck, 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 check. Oh, wait, we have queen e4 here. That's better than rook check. Because now we pick up the horsey. Nice! Nice! Coach is back in the groove. Is it just check, check? That would be lame. Oh, wait. So the idea is that they have g3. And if I go queen d6... Maybe it's b5. With the idea that if knight here, then I have check and win the queen. Wait, but the queen is hanging. I'm an idiot. Oh, and I didn't even realize there was a check here too. Ah, yeah. Check, check. King here. Queen f2. Yeah, that's it. Wait, I thought that that was it, but queen g5? What do I do after queen g5 though? I mean, I can take a few pawns, but at that's it. I feel like I'm missing something here. g5 doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Homeless! What am I missing here, brother? Check queen g5. Rook e5 now. That's filthy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, rook e5 is what I'm missing, yeah. Wait, rook e5 queen takes? Hello? Yeah, rook e5 queen takes. Check. Oh, shit. And then, oh, that's nice. Yes. Bloody hell, they don't want to give up, do they? Wow, that was very neat. I liked it a lot. That was very neat. Just queen a7? How the hell was it a puzzle? Flying till fail. Chess books always preferable to online sources when it comes to puzzles. Always. Every other take is wrong. I mean, bishop d4, e4, knight e2, queen e2, take wins. But I guess I'm missing something more winning. I mean, I can take this again if I wanted to rake up some advantage and then take it through with a check. This was a lame puzzle. I dislike it a lot. D4 feels like a move because then we can check the rook down, right? Yeah. This is Kasparov Smirin. This is Kasparov Smirin. Rook takes h6. Did anyone else Homeless, did you recognize this? Kasparov Smirin? No? Okay. I'm proud of myself then. Yeah, it's Kasparov Smirin. Featured in a fair number of puzzle books too. Take. PogChamps. You know you are in trouble when the hint on the puzzle is PogChamps. That's when you know it's time to quit the puzzles and do something productive. All right. The frick is... Oh, yeah, never mind. I know why this is out of whack. It's not actually. All right. What do we do, ladies and gentlemen? What do we do? What do we do today? Malcolm has a game for us, hopefully. Taki, anything to show us? Cody played a banger the other day. I will show that game to you guys. I'm curious what you will think. The friend of the show, Mr. Code. Forgot his opening theory on move 4. But that's okay. And he played DE. And he went full Morphe. You got to love it when the dude goes full Morphe. A6. You mean knight f6 here? Yeah, it does have a line that is very spicy indeed, but I think d5 is a lot simpler. And you need to know a lot less to have a very, very good and playable position. You don't know why not bishop d7 instead of a6. Well, the problem here, buddy, is that since c6 is so heavily over-attacked, there's no way to guard it. So bishop d7 is not going to protect it. Yeah, I think overall this is completely unsound on account of bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, right? And we just cooked. We're losing this. But shout out to Cody for having the cojones to play like this. I dig it. I dig it for sure. Very, very strong Morphe vibes here, or Greco vibes, or I don't know what to call vibes. Mr. P. Food King, welcome in. All right, chat. What are we doing? What are we doing? How are you going, Pad? What are we doing? We're taking f2? Is that the consensus? Or we're playing knight e4? If only knight e4 worked, but unfortunately after bishop d8, bishop f2, king f1, we don't have a mate. Yeah, queen e7 looks good too. Bishop f2 was played in the game. Okay, can we see the finish? Or the Swedish? Was it a bad joke? Queen e1 is absolutely crazy. What is your improvement record instead? Knight a3, right? Okay, do we have a win here after knight a3, ladies? Do we have a forced win here? Well, that would be nice, flying till fail, but unfortunately, queen c5 check is met by queen d4. White is not here to support our agenda, but to mess with it. Queen e2 is interesting. Queen e2, rook f1, yeah. And then if f5, I can always go back home all the way. Rook d8 without thinking. Fair enough. Fair enough. And if h3, then we have got check, yeah? So the greatest benefit of rook d8 is not the fact that it supports d2, but that it covers that queen d4, and thus queen c5 becomes a check. Yeah, all the boys to the party. Mr. Homeless knows the drill. Fair. Yeah, this looks absolutely terminal. The game ended with queen e1, which was obviously dog poo, and he resigned, as in White did. And after king g1, do we have anything better than hunting the rook? I don't think we do, but I don't think we need anything better than hunting the rook. Drift, welcome in. I don't think that it does anything. I don't understand the point of this. What's the idea here? I'm not following. Queen f5, I go back. I don't get this at all. Jazz, what do you mean? What my recommendation is? Take on d4 and win the game on the spot? Is that, since when was that not good enough? Yeah, this is not on. I think we just need to eat the rook and be happy. Where did that question come from, Chaz? Have you faced it on your new account and lost some abysmal games in it, or what? I mean, Kasparov Halifman is the famous go-to game, which I, by the way, already analyzed on this stream, so I'm not going to go back to that. Okay, well, let's have a look-see. Are we clear until now? Okay, I'll show you how to do this, buddy. Just because I'm feeling like I'm generous today. MVL? Is MVL gonna be a sufficient teacher for us? Here we go. This game is actually gonna be a bundle of fun. So castles, bishop c5, bishop back. Most people prefer to play d3, yours truly included. But I think it's just a move or the trick. And here comes the key, Jazz. You need to play f4. This is very important. And only then send it. As a matter of fact, if they don't challenge you in any other way, then f5 even is very handy to shut down all of these dirty shenanigans. You won't believe it, but the engine's favorite move in this position is a4 and a3, so that you can meet 95 with going back, but also gaining some space, I suppose. And black is already on the verge of getting cooked. Yeah, I mean, this is just absolutely terminal, really. You take, I take, and yeah, you can't get out of dodge with the king. It's really sad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily understand a3 or a4 there either. The more I look, the more confused I get. Yeah, actually, the longer you leave it on, the more it leans toward knight h5. Aktiv Figuren. Not wrong, buddy. Bishop b5 mistake, bishop c4 way to go, eh? All right, so yeah, poor David is completely cooked already on move 16. I mean, that's what you get for playing this dog poo. And here we have got a very cool move for white. Let's see who can find it first. It's kind of important to disallow black from the tucking the king away on c7. As stupid as king d7 looks, it's really not that horrid considering the circumstances. Bishop e6 indeed. Foo chess. Foo's chess. Foo's chess indeed. That's the move. Bishop e6 check, disallowing the king. The running away option. Here they did a fair bit of dance. And then f6. Which is not the engine's favorite. Engine likes a4. But the engine also likes knight b3. But I think f6 is the most human move here. What's wrong with h6 here? Nothing, but it hardly solves any of your problems. You are now having the exact same issue. Yeah. This is pretty tragic, isn't it? And it's all over, folks. Knight g5, knight f7, and we're cooked. Not bad, not bad. Poor David didn't fire a single shot in this game. Taking with the knight is interesting, though. Homeless, what's your gut with which piece to take here with? Yeah, I would take with the bishop too. And like, not even close. And the irony is that taking with the knight is almost double as good than taking with the bishop first. I don't necessarily understand why. But according to the engine, this position is almost forced draw. Like we went from 2.2 to 0.4. Maybe it's not defensible. Shit. Wow. That is crazy. We can't keep the pawn, man. And that's why knight takes is better. Wow. As a matter of fact, after bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes e6 is a blunder. Or very close to it. And rook f3 is the only good move according to the machine. What? Bro, I just played the move you recommended. Oh, it's now h4. And then h5. Whatever, man. Okay, this is absolutely crazy city. Crazy city. Oh, you wanted bishop takes, pawn takes, knight f7, which, by the way, is a better move. Having said that, here the engine wants to come back, which doesn't make any sense, and then h4. Knight h6 is a second alternative. I suppose it is a bind, but how do you win it? I'm guessing you're gonna send it all the way and then free up the knight and then win in like 400 moves, right? Knight f7 first. As good as knight takes e6. Essentially the same. Oh, you wanted king to g5. Wait, I want to check that out. That's cool. I like that idea. So here. So you want to come up with the king. Well, I guess you're gonna play a3 here, right? Yeah, actually, this is a surprisingly annoying plan by black. Yeah? Because if you play a3, I'm gonna get counterplay with this. If you allow b3, I will bring my king all the way in. That's actually wild. Zalo, yeah, I would be impressed if I was a viewer like this. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That goes there, that goes there. I think it's not that obvious, but yeah, this is a good way to go. So let's see how he wins the opposite colored bishops, yeah? Okay, so this is now beautifully sealed off. That's certainly a plus. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, I think this is still a tougher challenge than what it looks. Beastie, who is that? Is that Anish? Pew, pew, pew. No. A pew, pew, pew emoji looks like Anish. Imagine if he could play rook c1. That would be a hell of a mate. Oh, ouchie. Ouchie. Oh man, that was okay. Okay. My guy went for the ponies. He was like, I don't need the bishop. Wow. That was crazy. I don't think that was Homeless's favorite method of winning this. Many would play just bishop e6 or bishop f7 here. Collecting like 4,000 pawns is also not bad. No, not really, Beastie, because it's incredibly difficult to find it. I mean, yes, it is a very instructive example, but boy, expecting anyone to find that is a bit outlandish. And queen incoming. Wow. Wow. I got a message in the meantime. Maybe someone sent me a game. No? Okay, I will read it later. Yeah, I don't think that Mr. Howell particularly enjoyed this game, especially because he got ground down the way how he likes to play chess. Which is I think when someone beats you with the style that you like to represent or play, that's the most painful of defeats. But there's no shame in losing to MVL, so it's just what it is. So, do we have any games to look at, folks? Is anyone keen on throwing something at me? Oh, yes, that's right, Brazy. Okay, let me find it. I actually did play through that game, and it was quite a ride. Let me find it. No, 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 Brazy. Okay, Braze, let's go. Yeah, I remember this was a bit of a train wreck of a game. Okay, can I survey the field here, please? Homeless included, of course. What is our number one candidate here for white? I feel like I cut off the left edge of the board a bit. Yeah. Lots of knight f3s, fair few c4s. Queen g4 definitely does not look interesting because it walks into h5 beastie. And h5 is a move that black likes to play here. Actually, it's the reverse beastie. If they play rook g8, then queen h5 is very annoying because then you can chip away at the pawn. You don't need to stop rook g8. c4, in my opinion, is by far the most obvious move here to play, and that's what I would do. And the reason why I'm highlighting this is because I approve of knight f3, but not playing c4. Like, I don't understand how this came up as a candidate move, Braze. It just looks absolutely ugly. And like, royally ugly. Yeah, I don't think you should. I really don't think you should. I really don't think you should. Especially because these two combined means that you are more or less compelled to play g3, bishop g2. And then castling here after that just doesn't add up. Like, I feel like you are putting the cart before the horse here by determining already which way to castle before realizing what your piece development layout is going to look like. Like, almost certainly you're going to castle here, and then not playing c4 just looks absolutely wild. Yeah, I very strongly dislike this move, more so than the engine. Yeah, like, what is this, dude? Well, but that's so wrong, though, because the mounting pressure on g2 is valid, so you deal with it, and there's absolutely zero reason to not to castle short once the bishop is on g2. But rook g1 is like absolutely mind-bending, man. Like, what is this move for? Hello? What? This is wild chess, man. This is wild. Well, you got what you wanted. I don't really think we have got any advantage whatsoever here, but let's go. King f8, says the NM. What? Like, Broski could have just played Queen d7 and castle. Yeah, that's a good call, by the way. And I wonder if Brazy is aware of this. But typically, in these double pawn scenarios, your knight is shite on f3 because the pawn cancels it out very well. On the other hand, the knight is really well placed on f4. A very common example of this in the trump is this variation, where white very often in this line develops like this, right? And then the two knights go to f4 and c4 respectively. So you go knight d2, I will just play some bozo moves, then knight h3, bozo, whatever, I'm just playing random crap now, and that's your optimal piece formation. Like, this is a very, very standard Trompovsky piece layout and plan. So in that regard, actually, Homeless is very right that knight f3 is not the natural development path for the knight. The engine approves of it, but yeah, this would have been very interesting. I'm pretty sure m7 I just said that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there are lots of conflicting moves here. And king f8 it had to be a mouse slip of some sort. Oh, no wonder. I think it had to be a mouse slip. And now the enemy is already... Yeah, the enemy is in trouble here. Can we find either white to move and win? White to move, be a rock star. Let's see who can find it first. Absolute chaos, you are on the money. So rook f1, knight takes, queen buggers off, queen takes, and We're having a field day on the 7th. Easy peasy. So G4 was already winning here. Saint Gabriel, welcome in, brother. But this one wins too. And we didn't win this. Oh, shit. The good news, though, is that we don't have the rest of the game. So we don't know how this tragedy ended. Random! Random, welcome in, buddy. Hey, thank you.
5/27.
She is, buddy. I got a bounce for a second, take a leak, but I will back. Sorry. But I will be with you momentarily. But like, how, bro? It feels like even if you blunder here, you win. Right? Oh, man, that's a tragedy. That is a tragedy. Random guy, have you sent me the game yet? Yeah, I can. I will take a leak. Take a bit. I might even actually fill up my. I might take a lunch break. So I'm gonna set up something fun for you to solve while I'm away, and then we'll come back and continue the show. What do we want? A mate in two problem, or do we want a study, an endgame study? Quick. Study it is, Baka. Study it is. Studieren. Okay, this is too easy. Oh boy, why did I have to listen to you guys? Now I'm in trouble. Okay, this is kind of cute. But it's difficult in a way that you need to find a few very good moves for black as well as for white. Homeless is going to help you guys out here. Be right back. What? All right, ladies, I'm back. It turns out that the ladies of the household ate up all the chicken curry that we had, so I had to grab a snack only. Okay, so the solution goes like this. E7, check. I hope you guys found this check, which the engine thinks is shite because it wants to go for the practically better chance of rook takes. Takes rook e6 check here, and the key is that if you go queen, then stalemate. Finishes the game. Ouch. And so, the simplest win is to get a rook. All right. The random melee guy has a game for us. Over the board, long time control, unrated oppo. Let's go. Explain queen and rook endgames. Okay, let me do that for you in a nutshell. Peter Svidler couldn't win queen versus rook against Stockfish. Who am I to explain it to you if Svidler can't win it against the machine, huh? Queen and rook is one of those things where everyone goes like, oh yeah, easy win. And it's very, very difficult to win. All right, let's go. Two rooks are better than a queen most of the times. Isn't it d4? Hello, what? Okay, now after e4, you're actually worthy, right? I don't understand. It's actually quite strange because against f5, you also never take. So what made you think that having inserted a6, bishop a4 made this capture good? Like, what? What's the logic there? That doesn't make sense. I got suckered into following a bit. What do you want me to say, man? What would that be, by the way? What would be the Ben Fangold rule that you followed here? Always play dumb and hope for the best, or what? Always play ef5. Oh my god. I mean, I can't think from the top of my head any time a gambit where you actually take f5. Like, knight e5 is a better move here too. What is this nonsense of always take ef5? And as per Homeless, isn't the number one rule in life is to never listen to Feingold? Yeah, I don't even know what you're referring to here, random guy. Yeah, that was very bad. And knight f6 is very bad too, by the way. What? You're kidding me. h6 is the move they played. I was gonna say, like, mouse slip again? But this is OTB. Well, it better. What? It's not hanging? Wait, what? Isn't this on? Or you just thought that that could wait? Lucky we just said that this game is getting better. You didn't think that knight e5 would work. You mean the part where you win a queen, or you mean the part where you take back with a check? What? And that's not even best move, apparently, because, yeah, d4 is even better, apparently. Like, whatever, bro. Mind you, this is actually quite instructive, because now after takes, this knight has nowhere to go. Wow. Okay, so let's wait for it to get better. I really hope it is. Maybe we have knight c3 here as well. But I will let it slide. Oh my, bro, really? Taking on f8. Surely it's knight c3 every day of the week. Surely. And after bishop f5, if worst comes to worst, you will take, but very unlikely, since we have got knight f4 with a fat tempo on this. Did it say that this is getting better? I want to be a douche, but knight f8, man. You definitely signed up for the ugliest move of the day with that. Yeah, well, I have been now for a while. c3. It looks to me like you're playing to lose this, man. Why don't we just go after this pawn like a mad lad? Man. Maybe I'm being a bit too judgy, but I don't think so. I think that we're playing really bad chess moves all along. We are very close to the point where I'm beginning to prefer black. Yeah, none of that is correct, unfortunately, Random. Like, none of that is correct. Because, yeah, they do have enough defenders on e4, but they don't have enough defender on the both of them. Plus, you don't have to win it right away. The point is the pressure. Like, we are threatening 95 right now, among other things. So, yeah, nah, this is very, very timid and harmless. Now, f3 is not winning here again. Man, I'm getting... Like, what? Knight g4, and we go, no thank you. When we could just win the chess game. What is going on here, bro? Oh, that's right. That was the Feingold said never play f3, right? Ay, 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 ay. I mean, dude, I don't want to rain on your parade, but you know what? Let's have an honest hot take on how well this opening was played. So EF was tragic, yeah. Not taking E5 was not tragic, but we could have won that. I would call it semi-tragic. Knight F8 here is definitely tragic. That's unspeakable. Nah, it's just bad. A4 great. And then again, like F3 just wins. What do you mean, homeless? What do you mean? This is on too, by the way. Ah, I see. This is how it's getting better, Rando guy. What? Why do you feel the need to take this right now? Like, what's Black's next move? Because you have still half of your army at home, right? So my idea here would be knight d2 in a heartbeat, unless there is something wrong with it. Fork on g4. Please explain that to me in English. Heck, this is the worst position we have had all game so far. And you are excited about this? Yeah, M7, I hate to rain on your parade, but that's so horrendously wrong that it's not even close. I could give you positions with F-pawn moves being correct, sometimes even best, for hours on end. Hours and hours and hours on end. Yeah, I don't understand what you're doing here, random guy. Like, you're trying to shoot for tactics in a position where you could just go knight here. And now every single tactic you went for earlier is 55 times stronger. And the other thing is that you are a good enough player, and I told you this already many a time. Well, not you, but on chat, that you need to ask yourself what your opponent's next move / threat is. And they have got none of the above. They're sitting on a pile of poo. So the better you make your position, the more likely you will be able to cash in on tactics that will be decisive. Because now, for example, this tactic works infinitely better than the way how you delivered it. No, nonsense. That's exactly it, Rando. To completely back to front. Knight f5 is a blunder because of knight e4. And if you can calculate bishop takes d5 here, then you can calculate knight e4 here as well, since it's the exact same stuff. It's just you chose to be lazy and not look a half move deeper than knight f5. In fact, I think this is an easier tactic than the one that you went for. Like knight f5 is not a move. In fact, against knight f5, I dare say that every single capture wins for white. Bishop d5, rook e4, knight e4. I think all three are winning. I'm willing to place a bet. Well, look, I would like to buy into that excuse, but what are you talking about, brother? What are the branch of variations? The knight e3 hanging a free queen, or take and pick off a bishop? Are you telling me that that's too much for you to handle? Because I'm gonna call royal BS. Yeah, no. I don't buy that for a second. You might like to use that as a way to, make yourself feel better, but I don't think that that's the case at all. I think your chess skill is way above that. Way above. Way above that. Anyway, let's go. Wait, are we gonna survive this? What? This is over, no? Dude, this was a complete train wreck of a game. Absolute train wreck. Isn't Queen f3 winning again? Wait, what? So I'm guessing that rook f4 has to be the move here, right? Wait, what? Like you took this after Queen f3. What do? You take this. I go here. It's mate here and here. What is going on here? Did you record this game correctly? And like rook f4 is also like so basic win. Like queen moves, takes the free piece, yeah? So knight f5 only, and then you start coming out with your pieces and you win the game. Yeah, Tingo's answer is correct there. My bestie has 93 there, that's correct, yes. Rook e2 is not good on account of check takes, as per pointed out by Beastie, but 93 is deadly. Wow, man, what a game. And then Queen f5. Okay. I mean, Why they didn't go to queen f3 to threaten mate beats me. Excalibur, welcome in. When you said to me, Rando guy, that this guy played like at least like an 1800, I think we can back off of that one very quickly, yeah? The pleasure is mine, Mr. Excalibur. So just out of curiosity, Rando guy, and I don't mean to embarrass you, but can you guess, in case you haven't done it yet, the ChessCom review score for the respective players in this game? Yes, that was definitely not your real level, what you put on today. But for shits and gigs, as we like to call it, can you just guess what went down here? And anyone else in the house is welcome to guess the review score. It's not a rating, you know, it's out of 100. Who gets closest? Let's see. Yeah, so we're looking at a 61.9 for white versus a 64.7 for black. That's that's pretty dark, man. That's pretty dark. I'll show you. There you go. That's pretty gnarly. Now again, I didn't mean to be a douche, but that was a bit yucksy, wasn't it? Hayden, welcome, buddy. I'm doing golden, thank you, and you? Sub expired midstream. That's the way, Ben. That's the way. Yeah, Rando guy, I think there is a bit of a love that we can add to this game altogether. But this is how we improve, right? So it's all G. We all appreciate you putting yourself out there like this. And I think that I don't think you looked at this game before with any assistance, because it looked like your perception of the game was quite different from reality. We need to see my banger game. Which one? Which one, brother? I'm looking for some deliciousness, but there is not a lot out there. Coach is not playing enough. Yeah, I agree with that, Rendo, and I very much. I very much like Homeless's sentiments about having fun is always priority over results. But of course, you didn't ask me to tell you to have fun, so yeah. Maybe Homeless can throw an epic game of his at us for us to admire. What do you say, Homeless? Surely that catalog of yours is vast enough for us to appreciate. Getting good at chess takes decades. Okay, this is gonna come as boring to most of you because I have already showed you 5,000 of these games. But I'll show you a banger. In particular, I need to show you this because this is one of my favorite lines from my D4 course. So here we go. This is how we beat the Semislav. If you want to learn one thing from me that is a very important piece of advice, is that always take this back with the A pawn, not the C. Well, always is not a good advice because that would be fine goldish. But here CB is almost losing outright. Almost losing outright. Takes, and here the point is that after ED, white has E4. And I showed this tactic about 47 times on stream, but it's still a difficult one, so I wonder who is going to find it. Nah, bishop takes E4 is nonsense here, guys. Is hot nonsense. At the absolute worst case scenario for black, after take rook e1, I can just play bishop e7, rook takes castles, and black is clearly better. So, nah, forget that. It doesn't work. Lines would be nice. Lines, ladies and gentlemen. You heard of these magical things called lines? That's what we're after. But no one has lines for me. And after I'm asking for lines, people still type in single moves. Got to love the life of the chess coach. That it, M7? Take, and then check, and then the game is over. We don't know what happens after G6. We don't know what happens after King G8. What's up, man? All right. Since everyone is spacing out, I'm gonna show you the line, which many of you has already seen. Take, and then we check down the rook. Eddie just found it, so shout out to Eddie. However, in the game they took with the bishop, which is potentially even worse. E4, D5. But Queen C7, what? Fair call, Malcolm, but unfortunately here, this is actually a good question. Now Bishop E4 is very strong. Because now there is too many shenanigans going on. But I'm very glad you asked this question. The line actually is nuts, so you need to find this move in order to consider yourself to be the winner. Yes, you are welcome. I'm showing you the best stuff there ever is on the chessboard. That's a very good question, Philae. At what level do you think someone can diagnose their own deficiencies in chess where it doesn't sound like utter nonsense, as you would say, or is it an impossible task or not related to rating? No, I think that after a while you can. I think that I am 98% accurately aware of my chess shortcomings. I think that I would draw the line definitely above 2000, but maybe somewhere around 2200 FIDE. And perhaps people below that level can also identify their shortcomings, but somehow they don't seem to be able to efficiently address it, I think. Or let me rephrase this, or be aware of it in the heat of a moment. Yes, I know that. But look, above a certain level, he told me that in person, by the way. But I think above a point, and let's draw that line. Yeah, so I think we are in the same boat then. Homeless. I think if you go above a certain point, like let's say 2600 GMs, the ego becomes too big to face your shortcomings. No, I do think so, because I do think it's difficult, Beastie, because a lot of people are not willing to do that in the beginning. But also being able to identify your mistakes is how should I put it? Like, if you are aware of it between two games and you are working on it as a training routine, that's easy. The difficult part is, I think, is when you are in a game and you realize that you are about to make some kind of a mistake that can be typified as, that's the I always do. Like, I think that is a greater level of awareness. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, Beastie. That on 2000, like what people very often tend to do, and I have made videos about this, by the way, is that they look at a game and then they think that they draw the correct conclusion, but very often they make very shallow and superfluous conclusions, like, "Oh, I suck at tactics." Whereas the reality is that their whole entire mentality is just not aggressively enough, aggressively wired enough. I would recommend you to check out one of my recent videos, which I think it's either. Oh, I will show you. It's either title or it's in the thumbnail that it's not a mistake, it's a mindset. And that's where the big gap is. That people can't translate mistakes, and trends into identifying a false/wrong thinking pattern. That's where most of the times self-identifying problems in chess fall short. That you identify the mistake, you do not identify and you do not address the thinking that has led to the mistake. I think, yeah, that's basically the gist of the video, which I now can't help myself but link in the chat. Yeah, it's a recent video. And everyone should watch it right now. Right, so going back to the game. No, it's not Observer Tinker. No, it's a lot more recent. It's a lot more recent than that. It's like a month old at the most, maybe. Let me see. 2 months old. You see, Beastie, the problem is that I have come a full circle on these, chess influencers, which I don't consider myself to be one, because the stuff that they teach and they preach is actually valid, or at least partially valid, for the greatest cohort who watch their content, which is the sub 1,000 players or sub 1,500 at the absolute best, right? So for them to learn an opening system like the London is a godsend, because their desire to learn new things about chess is close to none. Like, show me something that is I can learn in 20 seconds and then I'm good for life. That's the mentality, right? So we are not talking here about a group of people who would like to see how far they can go in chess, and they are willing to put in the money, the time, the effort, the tournaments, etc. And so on their level, that kind of advice actually works. Hola, Kelly Unlimited. Oh, it's unlimited. Right, so let's go back to the game. In the game, we played d5, bishop d6, and now comes the second tactic. Yeah, but see, the thing is that the people don't tend to graduate at all, right? And that's also why Levy is so successful, because he manages to retain his audience. I lost a lot of my audience throughout my YouTubing career because a lot of people realized that in order to I don't know how to put it. Like in order to accomplish the goals that they were hoping to accomplish, they would actually have to do what I tend to preach, which is a shit ton of work. And that's typically not a very appealing thing to hear. Everyone wants quick fixes. And I flat out refuse to even talk about quick fixes. Foo's chess, that's very correct. So we take f7, and then you can take this, but e5 first is more accurate. And now we have opened up the tactic against the b7 bishop. It took. I took. They took. Yeah, but see, the thing viral is that chess also has this incredibly strong aspect of competitiveness to it. And so people, first and foremost, want to beat someone else up in chess. That's their primary goal. Their primary goal is not to appreciate the beauty of the game, the beauty of the depth of a thought or an idea, or the beauty of a combination, or the amazing novel idea of an opening. None of this is on the horizon. It's about wanting to win, wanting to beat someone, proving themselves to be superior, or just getting the dopamine off of winning. And so everything they do is aiming to serve that in an as short a time frame as possible. And usually these people, when they lose a game and then another and then 2 and then 10, they leave the game altogether because they can't get their desired wins. And in order to get good, it takes a lot of time and effort. This is actually a slight mistake. Rook d1 is better here. But overall, this is carnage. I was quite happy with this game, actually. What move would you play for white guys? I'm very curious. The one I played triggered resignation, but it doesn't appear to be in the top 3 choices. Rook e1 is top choice of the engine. And yes, I did do queen e4. Yes, I did do queen e4. I was very, very keen on capturing this and sending this guy. I mean, to be fair, it's... Oh, actually. Wow, in the interim, this popped up to be best move, so I stand corrected. Now, it has switched over. Queen e4 is now best move. Sorry. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news media. Okay, let's guess the review score. I'm gonna go with 97. Oh! You won't believe this? I guessed 97, yeah? Check this out. 96.9. That's what you get when you play my course, ladies. That's what you get when you play my course. Yeah, exactly. Just point one off just to mess with my head. Ay, 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 ay. What can you do? What can you do? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I think I'm gonna call it a day. But I do intend to be back tomorrow, so there is that. Yeah, that's a very good question, Homeless. But I can give you one point where I dropped it. For example, here bishop g5 was not best, and like noticeably not best. So bishop g5 here is 4-9, and the played rook d1 was 3-6. Can you read my long message posted above? No, type it in again. Oh yeah, I think some of the shortcomings overwhelming him understanding. I have fewer ideas, difficulty, prayer, shaky. But I also think I can be impatient in my mid games, pushing too hard, as well as not being resilient enough. Shout out to Jazz Mountain. However, I have no idea if this is a reasonable self-assessment or it's entirely off base. No, I do think that sounds okay, but there are two things that need to come off of this. One is dedicated training. Yeah, I knew you would like that, Jazz, but you had to hear it too. Your level of resilience is nowhere near where it needs to be in chess, so suck it up, princess, and work on it. But more importantly, Philae, the point is that are you able to detect that you are about to make the same sort of mistakes that you described in the next game? Because if not, that means that you have a skill of identifying the mistake, but you don't have the chess skill to fix it. You know what I mean? It's a bit like sometimes when I walk across a pedestrian crossing, I tend to not look properly, and that's very dangerous because I might get run over. Now, I am aware of this. It's an example. I don't do this. But so how does it impact my next crossing of the pedestrian crossing? Because if I then do the exact same shit, then being aware of it is not worth anything, right? So in this regard, I think that there is a bit of a gray area where you being able to detect what a problem is may not result at all in better outcomes later on. Yeah, exactly. Like we tend to fall back into bad habits because that's our comfort zone. All right. That's gonna be it, ladies. Um, don't know what to do, man. Hooray, JVO, whoever JVO is. Yeah, thank you for Homeless indeed. He always adds a massive extra layer to the quality of the stream. So, is that the right guy? Yeah, it is the right guy. Okay, so yeah, shout out to all of you. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.